What's up, guys? It's Andrew at Night, and today we're going to be looking at Injustice. Gods, oh no, wait, no, it's Batman. It's the Batman one. I've played and enjoyed the Arkham games on the Xbox 360. To be honest, they're some of my favourite titles because of the exploration and the combat system. Arkham Origins for mobile kind of strips away the two things I enjoyed. There's no exploration, and the combat system is effectively Injustice. In fact, the combat system is so similar, I'm convinced it's exactly the same engine they've just reskinned, and that's fine. It's a combat system that actually works well on a mobile device or a tablet. The problem is that playing Arkham Origins gave me such a sense of deja vu, I wondered why I wasn't just playing Injustice.
I was pretty late to the mobile Injustice game. In fact, I only downloaded it about 2 weeks ago, and it's already the most played game on my Nexus 7. And to be honest, if I hadn't downloaded Injustice, I'd probably be a lot more enthusiastic about Origins. The problem is that Batman is just that, it's just Batman. You fight as Batman, you stare at a loading screen of Batman, all the unlockables are different Batman suits with varying degrees of perversity, the logo is a moody shot of Batman. There's just a lot of Batman. The game screams, I am Batman, and then constantly forces the fact down your throat. And if you love Batman, you might quite like it. I just found it kind of tiresome after a while. Most of the unlockables are just suits for Batman. There's a limited number of skills, but again, there's not as many as Injustice and they don't look as cool. And the suits, to be honest, aren't that interesting to me. If you're a die-hard fan of the series and of the cartoons, maybe you'll find that interesting. But for me, I just became pretty bored pretty quickly. There's not really any incentive to grind up, and often the game really does feel like you're grinding. This problem with diversity kind of continues with the enemies. All the non-boss mobs are just this same stereotypical goon. Some of them are dressed in grey, some of them are dressed in orange. Some of them have guns, while other ones seem to have an inexhaustible supply of butter knives. There's the odd one who wears a black mask and things like that, but to be honest, they all look pretty similar. And the actual boss fights are only narrowly more exciting. Each boss has a variety of special moves, and they introduce novel controls. For example, to dodge Deadshot's pistol attack, you have to tap each bullet in midair, which triggers a sort of bullet time style dodge. However, even with this added, it feels a little bit drab, as the majority of the assassins look like a rehash of their minions. Bane looks like a slightly bigger goon with some green tubes on his sleeves. Deadshot looks like a goon in a metallic gimp mask. And even Deadpool, my favourite character in the whole DC universe, just left me feeling a bit meh. The game is therefore plagued by the same problem as its console brother. DC is really scraping the barrel on its choice of villains at this point, and this is evident in the visuals as well as the selection of the characters. Injustice solved the grinding problem by making every fight against other DC Universe heroes. This keeps the whole thing visually interesting, there's different playstyles for different characters, there's different mood sets, different graphics, and if not fresh, it at least keeps the whole thing entertaining. Origins is kind of stuck in that a lot of the fighting feels like grinding, with the promise of a slightly more interesting enemy lingering somewhere down the long line of quickly dispensed henchmen cliches. My other issue is the stamina bar system. I hate stamina systems. I hate anything in a game that is designed to limit your playtime without you coughing up cash. Origins is trying to be a high-end mobile game, a game that people actually want to play for longer than it takes to stand in a queue for a coffee and crush some pieces of candy. And on the whole, the game is good enough to warrant more extended periods of play, so why, oh why, do you limit my playtime? I know this to make me cough up money, but you know what? I'm not going to. It's a good game, but it's not that good. I might pay a few pounds or dollars to unlock an outfit, maybe, and I'd still be more inclined to spend money on Gods Among Us. But I sure as heck will not pay to skip a 20-minute cooldown. It's pretty indicative of the state of mobile games at the moment. They're caught in this weird space between trying to be console-like and also trying to make money off the freemium mobile model. With all this said, it isn't a bad game, the controls are fun, the graphics are pretty, and the difficulty pacing is pretty dead on. But after kicking the 17th grey-faced minion in the face, I couldn't get rid of the persistent voice in my head, reminding me that I could just be playing Injustice. And in Injustice, I can play as Batman. But you know what? I can play as everyone who isn't Batman, which is refreshing. If you love Batman and you love the Injustice fighting style, you'll probably love this game. If you haven't tried either of them, they're both free, so download them both below. You'll probably enjoy Batman, just don't expect anything of a storyline.